Minecraft Dungeons Review. 10 years after the official release of Minecraft, Mojang teamed up with Double 11, a gaming studio, to deliver the second official game within the Minecraft universe. Minecraft Dungeons really shows a new side of the sandbox adventure universe. If you've ever been fed up with the combat system of Minecraft, this game scratches that itch to the max. In this detailed review, we will explore the extent to which Minecraft Dungeons impacts the Wheel of Dungeon Crawler video games. Undoubtedly, Diablo is a part of conversations surrounding this genre of games, but this is still a Minecraft game, so it has to be quite accessible to kids and newer players to the genre. What is Minecraft Dungeons? Minecraft Dungeons isn't just another simple PG cash grab made for younger audience. Yes, the game is easy to learn and it has simple basics. However, MD goes beyond the surface level basics and creates a deeper experience beyond the earlier levels. The beauty of Minecraft is its accessibility, not necessarily its simplicity. Besides, anyone that has actually spent time with Minecraft knows that it is not an easy game. In essence, Minecraft is really just a controller, while the rest is really up to the player. With Minecraft Dungeons, the developers have taken the same philosophy of simplifying the controls and basics. However, the game holds the player's hands with a firm grasp and visually guides them to objectives. This is a good thing in some games, but MD just doesn't let go. Akin to the annoyingly hand-holdy tutorials from Monster Hunter World, MD kind of assumes the player is too inexperienced, which is quite unfortunate. Beyond that though, the game offers a compelling experience for the players willing to break the chain and explore. In comparison to the base game, Dungeons offers a lot more in terms of combat and builds. After all, dungeon crawlers do involve a lot of fighting and creativity with your playstyle. Minecraft Dungeons offers some really in-depth opportunities for players to understand tactics and strategy. In terms of a story, Minecraft Dungeons doesn't offer much, yet it is still quite charming. It follows your character and band of fellow co-op players. The main villain is an evil Illager with a Napoleon complex. Thanks to finding the Orb of Dominance, he becomes the Arch-Illager who begins a reign of terror that consists of some familiar enemies with newer upgrades. The campaign is relatively short, with just under 10 hours of story, before finishing things up. However, that's just the start. Once you finish the game, you'll unlock more difficult settings that offer more challenges to a player while rewarding you with higher tier loot dropped by enemies. Gameplay in Minecraft Dungeons. The world of Minecraft Dungeons has been given a glorious glow-up from its sandbox counterpart. There are a handful of different biomes for you to choose from, including woodland, mine, swamp, temple and canyon areas, each with their own loot drops and enemy types. One of my favorites is Fiery Forge, where glowing red lava cascades into the lower layers of the level. It looks amazing against the blue-infused iron walls of the forge. It looks like Minecraft with a ray tracing mod, catapulting the blocky world to new graphical heights. It looks even better during the bombastic combat. You'll be dodging exploding creepers, sidestepping incoming arrows fired by skeletons, and rolling away from potions lobbed by wizards that unleash a haze of purple poisonous smoke. Throw enchanted weapons and powerful artifacts into the mix, and battles are a frantic mass of colour and explosions. It's bonkers. If there's one thing Minecraft Dungeons does perfectly, it's the loot. Because of a lack of character classes, Minecraft Dungeons offers a vast selection of items, skills and traits for you to build your character. Although there isn't much in terms of customizing your avatar's looks, the depth in other aspects of the game sort of makes up for it. They offer a good amount of basic looks for heroes you can choose from, but it would still be nice for Mojang to implement a proper character customization system in the future. The gameplay flows smoothly in Minecraft Dungeons. Your character has a slot for a melee weapon, 1 slot for armor, 1 slot for a ranged weapon, and 3 slots for artifacts, which are special items that give you various magical abilities. Once you gain a level, you are given an enchantment point. With enchantment points, you can choose from a set menu of different secondary effects for your weapons and armor. A sword that emits a cloud of poison gas when dealing with mobs, or a sword that increases the chances of finding gems when you've killed enemies. It's really up to you. Every enchantment option in Minecraft Dungeons offers 3 levels of power, so you can choose your gear and decide on how you want to enchant it. This allows you to build your characters the way you prefer. If you're worried about making mistakes when starting out, It's important to note that the decisions you make about your enchantment points are not permanent. This way, you can still salvage older weapons to get their enchantment points back for other weapons. Weapons and gear you salvage to regain these points are lost forever. However, the new gear you will acquire are steadily arriving, so you won't feel the loss of older weapons in general. Once you've started making these challenging decisions, you'll get the hang of it, and you won't easily get overwhelmed or intimidated. With some hours into the game, you can expect things to sail smoothly. Simplifying dungeon crawlers. Compared to standard dungeon crawlers, Minecraft Dungeons seems to make its changes reflect the tone of the genre successfully. Even though it doesn't replicate all the properties of other games in the genre, Dungeons manages to serve its goal of a chill, family-friendly brawler video game. In most dungeon crawlers, you'll get a chance to select a character class that suits your style at the start of the game. If you end up disliking what you picked, you will just have to power through. In Minecraft Dungeons, players are not forced to engage in that do-or-die character building situation. Even with a simplified character build, the game still offers a fun learning experience, and you can joyously watch as your kids learn the basics of the genre. Things like strategies, crowd control and area of effect attacks are some strategies that will translate to a lot of the video games they'll play in the future. This gives gamers the capability to simply mess around with a build by creating exclusive types of weapons and experimenting with which mixtures of artifacts make their character the most powerful, or the most in a position to heal the team or progress through the game solo. Figuring out how to use the distinctive powers is just the first step. The task of fitting your equipment options with the proper enchantment is a puzzle that had me happily occupied through my entire time reviewing Minecraft Dungeons. I developed a cool way to make things interesting for myself and friends while playing. No one checks out their new tools until the end of each level. Then, back at camp, we take turns going through what we located and the possible enchantments, discussing what we think each person should do, and wondering about how all our characters would combat together. The structures in place are simple, but the amount of gear, the combinations of enchantment, and studying the first-rate approaches to snap it all collectively will preserve the quality of the game for a lengthy period of time. If Minecraft in its original structure used to be about constructing buildings and environments, Minecraft Dungeons is about creating a fighter. There are still masses of approaches to be creative. However, that creativity is expressed through your gear decisions, which flip each and every personality into a customized class. Soul stealing. You're going to be killing plenty of mobs. Thousands and thousands of Minecraft monsters will fall at your mighty blade. Were you aware that these have souls? They do, and they're simply going to waste if you don't harvest them. If you locate a relic with soul-stealing properties, congratulations. Now each fallen monster will give up the ghost, and that ghost will charge your soul-powered relic. The useless will gas your death dealing. Just take a look at the corrupted beacon and harvester artifacts through the various Minecraft Dungeons guides that can be found online. The beacon lets me unleash collected souls in a large beam of energy, and the harvester lets me set them off in a blast around my body. Fun! Plus, recycling soul is nice for the environment. Endless strategy. Other systems in the game are just as simplified without dropping their inherent tension or strategic flexibility. Every participant has a single recuperation potion. However, that potion has a cooldown timer to preserve gamers from mashing the heal button. Gear is reserved for specific players when it's dropped, so kids won't be stuck in warfare over who bought the final sword or artifact. But single-use objects, apples, bread, bundles of arrows, are up for grabs, forcing the crew to communicate or sulk over who wants these items versus who ended up getting them. The game is easy to grasp, however that doesn't imply it's boring. Maybe simple is a mild word and elegant is extra fitting. While it looks like Minecraft Dungeons may also simply be a stripped-down take on existing, greater adult games, that mindset of paring style conventions lower and back to those simple forms doesn't harm the action itself one bit. The game is handy to understand and commence playing with a single, precise tutorial, but gamers will nevertheless want to learn how to manage giant groups of enemies, how to work collectively to share assets and lay out character builds, and how to execute on their plans for every boss level with ability and precision. Death mechanics. The death mechanics are likewise simple, however wonderful at growing tension. A single lifeless character can be revived, whilst a team wipe can mean that a team life will be used. Once they're all gone, you're dispatched and returned to the camp with any tools you picked up intact, except that you'll have to begin at the start of the mission again. I initially assumed the game would be something I'll fly through easily without really having to think about what I was doing. After a few hours of playing, I realized that things weren't as they seemed. Simple is really not the same thing as easy, and Minecraft Dungeons lets you learn that. It abandons the conventions of modern game designs to establish this. Playing through this game, I often found myself and my friends back in our base without having the mission completed. Verdict. We are aware of more dungeons that are on the way, and these are masses of decisions and choices that Mojang can add to enlarge Minecraft Dungeons if it's the hit I think it'll be. But as a $19.99 launch, $29.99 if you want to prepay for the 2 upcoming expansions and some more cosmetic options, this is a hell of a first step into bringing Minecraft into the world of dungeon crawlers. The game itself is a blast, sure. However, my fondest memories from the past week are the times I spent with my friends in the camp, going over tools and debating ideas and builds earlier, then testing them out in combat. Microsoft and Mojang have created a game where you're hitting countless minions and boss characters with all kinds of pointy weapons, but they did so in such a way that enjoying nonetheless feels creative and freeing. That's a very welcome magic trick from a company attempting something this new. A brilliant game with great execution. What are you waiting for? It's time to assemble your party.